Alright guys, like a few days ago I seen the Michael Jackson movie slash documentary, This Is It, and honestly I thought it was a great documentary just to see how he was getting everything together for his last curtain call, so to say. Of course, for people who don't know, this film is directed by Kenny Ortega. And if you don't know who Kenny Ortega is, he is the guy who directed the High School Musical movies for Disney. I believe he did directed a few other movies too. But anyways, he was one of the choreographers, manager people for his concert. And Michael was there. He was there every step away, was picking out the dancers, picking out the song list, how he was going to do it, and all this stuff. And he really wasn't afraid to tell the dancers they were off a step, and wasn't afraid to tell the band members they were missing a key. He just spoke what was on his mind, especially if it was something uncomfortable to him, or if he had any ideas. Before I was born, after I was born, sorry, I had a little tongue tied there, but after I was born, Michael Jackson already had a bunch of hits out. Wasn't really, but I did know who he was, because I remember when I was little, my grandmother would play his records for me. My favorite songs would have been Thriller, Smooth Criminal, Beat It, Billie Jean. Every time I heard these records, I just couldn't help but to dance and sing. Of course, I was a little kid then too. After I was born, he had hits like Black and White. Did a few other songs too, but I remember one time my grandmother just put in a tape and showed me this video of Michael Jackson moonwalking during his performance on Motown 25. It was just amazing to see him put moves like that, and if you would have seen this film, you would have seen that he had those exact same moves. Even though he didn't see the moonwalk, of course, I ended up missing like 5-10 minutes the first of it because the line was long and everything. But he did have some moves. You wouldn't even tell that he was sick. I mean, this guy he was 50 years old, and he was dancing and singing like he was in his teenagers. Now, from what I've seen later on in the film, he would have started out with Smooth Criminal, and the way he did it, making it look like it was an old-time gangster movie, it was just kind of neat to see. But really, my main favorite was the new take he would have had on Thriller, just to see the dancers go through costume change and seeing his new ideas and everything. It looked like this would have been cool, and plus to see him still perform his dance moves that he did, it was just breathtaking. Now I know some people are probably going to say I'm crazy for still talking about Michael Jackson, even though he's been gone since June 25th, but once you see this film, you can't really help but to talk about him. I mean, it's just a shame that nobody will never get to see the concert, see how he had it all put together and everything. And one of the songs that he sang, Man in a Mirror, kind of brings a tear to your eyes, because you stop and think that he had so much, and he had so much planned. He wanted to do this for his fans. He loved his fans, and to think no one will ever get to see this happen. Now, I know some people are still mourning his loss. In some ways they should, and in some ways they shouldn't. Like, they should remember him for his music, his smile, his personality, everything about him. And they shouldn't, because most people, when they think about him, some think of the bad things he did or supposedly did. And they shouldn't really think about that. I mean, Michael Jackson is better known for his music, not what he did. And besides, you can't really believe everything you heard in the media, because they love to tear anybody down. Just one hint of something that could lead into anything big, they would try to get a hold of it like real quick and turn it into something that isn't even true. But when you're watching this film, you don't see one hint of him being sick. He was in there dancing, singing, smiling, laughing. He just brought a good personality to everybody in that room. And of course, everybody in the theater was singing along when he played the songs that he was rehearsing. And it was just a good film, really. And like I said, it's really never a shame. It's really a shame that we will never get to see this concert. Sorry, got tongue-tied here. And I hope wherever he is, he's probably looking down on everybody, smiling, rejoicing, probably moonwalking. I mean, he was just a great man, and he will, like anybody else who has passed, he will be missed. I'm sure his music will still play on forever in everybody's heart and mind. I'm sure years from now you'll see that new kid still dancing to an old hit like Thriller or maybe Smooth Criminal or Billie Jean. But either way, you should go out and see this movie, because it is a great movie, especially the ending where it says love lives forever, and it does. And especially Michael Jackson's spirit will live forever in our hearts. So go out and see it now. You won't regret it, I promise you.